yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Born and dead, saved by love, count my blessings from above. Though in darkness, have no fear. Light will shine on those holding near. They know that sorrow they will pass. For I know in this life there will be some pain, but remember that love, yes it will, love will reign. Yeah, love will reign. Yeah, in my heart I believe it. Love will reign. Oh, yeah, yeah. Have a vision, it's clear and plain. People living life, smiling again. Oh, see the children, they know no pain. Far from pressure, stress and strain. Oh, sorrow, they will pass. For I know in this life there's gonna be some pain, but remember that love, yes it will. I know. Yeah, love will reign. Gotta believe it. In my heart, I truly believe sun will shine again, and love, I can hardly wait. We'll all be together. There'll be peace, peace, sweet peace, happiness and joy. Oh, yeah. One day, someday, pain will be over and love will reign. They won't last, for I know in this life there's gonna be some pain. But in the end, love will reign. Yeah.
Love will reign. I'm so excited that you are here with me, whether you are watching. Hey there, Sandra D, and all others that might be joining us on the Love and Stuff community page, the Marcus Our Homes page, any of the love groups that we're connected to. If you're with us on Twitch TV, I'm looking to my right because I'm looking at TikTok, and Robin Wilson has joined us. Valente has joined us. If you are on YouTube events, if you are on Instagram Live, I hope you would take a moment and click share. Tag 5 of your closest Facebook friends or subscribers, connections on YouTube or Twitch, or followers on TikTok. 5 of the more popular ones to join in tonight's discussion. We're happy to be back with you again with this wonderful topic. And I'm going to see if I can pin this wonderful topic here. I want you to share it. Thank you so much, Shirley Green. Click share and tag someone to join us. I'm hoping that I can pin this here. Okay, that should pin across some platforms. I'm Marcus Holmes, the love activist. I'm advocating for a better love for you and I, whether it is a covenant love, it's a boo, it's a bae, it's your brother, it's your sister, it's your mother, it's your father, it's your community. I am advocating for better love for you and I, that we might experience the love that God has designed for us to experience. After all, He is love, and He has designed for us an experience. So I wanted to take a moment and thank all of you that participated last week, and shouts out to Valencia Etner, Dr. V, and Karen Poole, who won the ticket for the Galentine's event that happened here locally in Detroit. So a free ticket was given, and it looks like they had an amazing time. So Karen, if you fall through tonight, drop in the comments and tell us what your experience was. Thank you, The Glam Doctor, and My Dream Dress Bridal Salon, for being partners with us and allowing us to partner with you on your extravagant and extraordinary event. And I hope to post some pictures on the website and on the Love and Stuff page. I want to remind you that this community has a place for you. And if you want to be in a place where love is going to collide with your life and thrive in 2025, I need you to click the notification bell on any of the pages where you are, so that when we come live Tuesday nights at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, it will automatically notify you that, hey, there's some great things happening in and around the Love and Stuff community. So we want to have you join us in that. All right, jumping into tonight's topic, and happy belated Valentine's Day. I hope that you enjoyed the Valentine's Day movie presentation that we had on Friday. If you didn't, it is a replay available on the Love and Stuff page. Go over there. It's about an hour and 15 of just movie shorts from independent artists. There's a little bit in there that will make you cry, some that'll make you laugh, some that might even make you angry. But we wanted to draw on the bevy of emotions. And if you like good movies and you believe in supporting independent artists, as I do, go to the Love and Stuff community page and click on Friday's video. It's there for you to watch and enjoy. All right. Thank you for joining us, Selena, and others that are joining us. I'm going to go right into the topic, right from our inbox. Hey, Love and Stuff family. I've been getting called out for years by my family, especially my siblings, because I mainly date white women. It's not something I planned, but it just happened. I consider myself 365 Black, proud of my culture, my people, and our history. I'm pro-Black in my values, my business, and the way I raise my kids. But when it comes to dating, I find myself drawn to white women. Here's my reality. My first wife was Black. We were together for 12 years and had 3 beautiful kids. But our marriage was full of drama, infidelity on her part, he says, constant arguing, and emotional exhaustion, he says. After our divorce, I took time to heal and started dating again. And what I noticed, my relationships with white women were easier, less materialistic, less pretentious, less mean. Now, before I get dragged, let me be clear. I don't hate Black women. I love them. I was raised by a strong Black woman, and my daughters are Black. But when I'm looking for a relationship, I go where I find peace, respect, and shared values. My siblings aren't having it. They think I've internalized racism, that I don't respect my own people, and that I'm making a political statement. I don't see it that way. But I do wonder, am I missing something? Am I subconsciously running from something? And how do I get my family to respect my choice? I'd love your insight on this. Thanks. Thanks for joining us, Cam Austin. I hope you will click share and tag some people there on TikTok to join us. I'm Marcus Holmes, the love activist. I am advocating always for better love for you and me. And I hope that you will tag some folks to join us as I'm tagging some folks to join us. And I'm asking each of you, what do you say? What do you say about this topic and how this topic might resonate with you? And I know there are people that are going to want to drag, this gentleman. And I want you to just think about being open that other people are having a different experience than you, but I want you to be absolutely engaged in the topic. So thank you for joining us. Take a moment and click share. And while you're doing that, I want to just engage you and remind you that we've got some wonderful products available. And I want to just tell you a little bit about
what you wear says something about you, about who you are, what you believe, and what you stand for. So here in the Love and Stuff community, we wear the brand that we live, and we live the brand that we wear because we love the brand. It's all about increasing the amount of love in the world and upping our love game. And if that's what you're about, you should wear it too.
That's right. If that's what you're about, you should wear it too. Love and Stuff is all about living the brand we wear, loving the brand, and sharing that brand. And so I hope that you will consider the many options of our brand that are available. Currently, we're highlighting My Love is Front and Center. It is available in multiple colors and sizes. That's the sweatshirt. Seems like winter hasn't quite left us, so it's still time to get that sweatshirt, and many other options there on the website that we will share with you a little bit later. But I wanted to just bring that in as we talk about loving our brand, living our brand, and wearing it. I'm Marcus Holmes. I'm excited to be here, excited to have you here on another edition of Love and Stuff. Thank you, Nutmeg, for joining us on TikTok and others. I hope you will click share wherever you're watching, in any of the love groups on Facebook or TikTok or YouTube, Instagram, Twitch TV. We hope that you will click share and tag someone to join us in tonight's conversation. All right. So back to that topic. We've got a gentleman who is African American, and he is mostly dating white women. And his family is giving him the business about it. And I want to hear from you. What are your thoughts? And I also want to share some things I share with him about self-reflection. Say that to yourself, self-reflection. Because anytime you get to a place in your life and you are wondering whether or not the decision you're making is the right one, I want you to start with self-reflection. Now, if you're a person of faith, I want you to start with prayer. Talk to the quintessential love. He will never guide you wrong. He has sent Holy Spirit into the world to help to guide you, right? But I want you to think about, what is your role? What is the narrative that you're telling yourself? Self-reflect on when you come to a crossroads. All right. So that's the first thing that I was sharing with this gentleman who is African American, who is in his early 40s, and who is getting the business from his family. He's fairly involved in his community, really attuned to the needs of Black people in our country, in the United States, attuned to the social justice and equity considerations that are happening in our country. But his affinity, especially as of late, has been to white women, and not just non-Black women, particularly white women. And he was previously married to a Black woman who was unfaithful. This is his version of it, right? She was unfaithful, and that ultimately led to the demise of their relationship, that and other contributing factors, okay? And he finds himself, when he is looking, which I'm always asking people, you will typically find what you seek, and certain things you seek are going to be found in certain places. I asked him, where are you looking? Of course, no one takes my advice. I think Ingrid took it, and she was married. But the best place to go, and one of the most diverse places to go, is to the grocery store. Now, if you like persnickety, you go to Whole Foods level, holiday market level, right? You go to I forgot the name. It's another one. These high kind of price markets. But the grocery store is a place that everyday people go every day. But let's just say you're not going to the grocery store. You're going to go to the high-end mall. And what you're going to find there are people that seek high-end things, right? You go to the movies, you're going to find people that seek, probably have a good imagination and seek some adventure in some way, right? You're going to find what you seek, especially where you look, right? But I asked him, where are you looking that you aren't finding Black women? He says, well, I can't say that I'm looking for Black women, but I can't say I'm not. I'm just looking for, as he said, peace. As he said, how did he characterize it? He looks for less materialistic, less pretentious, less mean. He's looking for peace, respect, and shared values. Okay. So I wonder, does that resonate with any of you, African American queens or Caucasian queens, Black men, white men? I want you to chime in and share with me your thoughts as I go into a few of the things that I shared with him, to give him some insights, because I think it's important that you do some self-reflection. Okay. And so one of the things that I talked to him about is to unpack your attraction. Okay. Ask yourself, are you choosing partners based on shared values, a narrative that's running in your head? And you have to unpack that to see, where did you learn that narrative and is it true? Are you responding to negative experiences from your past? And have you then developed subconscious, I won't say unconscious, but subconscious biases or stereotypes based on those experiences? He clearly shared with us that his ex-wife, who was Black, was unfaithful to him. He characterized her as pretentious, as mean, as materialistic. Okay. Those were his experiences of her. And I validated that in the inbox, that that's his thought about it. And I asked him, then, are you creating a narrative that all Black women are that? That when you see a Black woman who reminds you of your ex-wife, when you see a Black woman who rolls her neck like your ex-wife, or tosses her hair, or purses her lips, do you automatically or subconsciously say, I don't want that again? And if that's the narrative that he's telling himself, then you have to unlearn that narrative. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with what he is pursuing and what he has found. I'm saying, if you're pursuing something or someone based solely on negative experiences or a narrative that you are playing again in your mind, you owe it to yourself to unpack your attraction to see whether or not the narrative that you're telling yourself, the subconscious biases, whether or not they are true for every person of that race or ethnicity. Is it true for every Black woman that she rolls her neck? Now, I believe every Black woman knows how to, but is it true that everyone does? Is it true that every Black woman is mean, is angry? Is it true that every Black woman is pretentious, that she's about a facade of what you see on the outside, but something on the inside is raggedy, ratchet, and whatever other R you can put in there? No, that's not true. That's wholesale not true. But if you're telling yourself because of your experiences, as we often do, that because we experienced this once or twice in 10 years, that every person, every Black woman, every white woman, every Black man, every white man is, finish the phrase, you are probably telling yourself a narrative that is not true. So the first thing I would say in the self-reflection, this is after prayer, self-reflection is, what are the bases on which I'm choosing a partner? And do these shared values, do these shared experiences find themselves steeped or grounded in some kind of bias? If so, it's worth unpacking and taking some of that bias out, because you could be shortchanging yourself from an amazing person or an amazing pool of people because of a past experience. So that's the first thing that I was telling this gentleman who's in his early 40s. The second thing in self reflection is to examine your experiences. So the energy, the vulnerability, the trust, the openness outside of the one in which you were broken, hurt, right? The vulnerability and openness and energy that you give to white women, have you dated Black women and given them that same energy? And is it possible then that your interactions are shaped with a hard stop, a red flag, because it's those past hurts rather than genuine incompatibility? You know, when I'm teaching people as a life coach about networking and career advancement, I talk in, I have a coaching series called the You Coaching Series that has 5 modules. And module number 3 is about you getting the net worth out of your network. And the first thing that I believe that you have to do to people, the ABCs of networking, is you have to connect to people. There has to be some initial reason that you connect with people where their presence brings you value and your presence brings them value. So at this point, you're talking about genuine compatibility. Do you like some of the same things? Do you laugh at the same jokes? Do you watch the same movies? Do you have an affinity for the same sports or the same leisure time activities? You got to connect. Okay. So you got to build connections, you got to build conversations, and then convictions. So the first thing is, I want you to ask yourself, are you being open with the same energy that you would provide to a person of another race? Are you giving the same openness and energy? Examine your experiences, examine how you approach differently a woman of another race in the store than you would a woman of the same race in the store. And challenge yourself after you've examined and seen these are two similar situations, but I'm applying a different set of rules. Challenge yourself to be open to seek out that genuine compatibility, the genuine connection, and don't shy away from it if it presents itself. Now, it may not present itself, especially if you're going to some remote area where there are no Black people, right? Or you have in your mind said, I'm going to stay away from places where I know that Black people frequent, right? I'm saying I want you to evaluate whether you're applying a different set of rules to others as you would to Black people, those that you're interested in, right? Thank you, Jada. Thanks for joining. Click share and tag someone to join us on TikTok. I'm talking about the self-reflection points that I gave to this gentleman who's 42. I gave his actual age. I try to keep anonymity to the extent I can. He was previously married, has children from that marriage. He was married to a Black woman. Okay. He finds himself, after getting out of that marriage, he finds himself dating mostly white women. I don't begrudge it. You love who you love. You seek love where you seek love. But he's wondering, because the siblings are giving him such the business. They're saying to him, we shall overcome. They're giving him such the business. He's wondering, now he's second guessing. Am I? Is there some bias? Is there something going on? And I applaud that. because that is what you should do when the people in your life who mean anything to you bring to you something that maybe is a blind spot for you, or maybe it's something you haven't considered. Don't just dismiss it. Do some self-reflection. Now, I first say do some prayer, but if you're not a person of prayer yet, do some self-reflection, okay? And start with reflecting on, thank you so much, Jada, unpacking your attraction. Why are you attracted to a certain race? Why are you attracted? Is it negative experiences from the past, subconscious biases or stereotypes at play? Number two, we said examine your experiences and see whether or not you're applying a different set of rules to people of different ethnicities or backgrounds or races. And you can even apply that to socioeconomic status, which often correlates, right? Number three, interrogate your beliefs. When you describe a Black woman as mean or materialistic, is that a generalization that you've built based on a few experiences? And if it's been a lot of experiences, have you given yourself enough space and them enough grace to reframe those beliefs? Could it be that a Black woman or Black women in general aren't mean, but they've learned to have to be assertive to get what they desire in this world? They've learned a certain cockiness, a certain godfidence, a certain confidence because they've had to be that way in corporate and in other spaces. And sometimes maybe they don't always balance it in a way that it comes across not aggressive, but comes across as forward. And you're characterizing it as mean. Is it? Is it materialistic to want to have some of the accoutrements that traditionally others have had and to work toward them? So give some grace and space to see if really there is some reframing of what you believe, to see if whether or not that belief has some underlying, some undercurrents, I want to say, underlying its meaning. Do you mean that they're mean? Are they mean to you? And what do you mean by describing them as mean? Thank you, Jada. That's number three. And then number four, check your expectations. Okay? Do you expect different things from Black women than you do from white women, or Black men from white men? If so, why? We all learn our self-identity based on the society against which we flesh that identity. So what role has your church, has your community, has societal messages and community biases placed in shaping your preferences? Do the other men who live around you also date white women? Did your father have a white wife? You follow what I'm saying? What are these things that you expect differently of Black people? Where does that come from? Black women versus white women. Where does that come from? And again, I'm not knocking that he finds himself more with white women. It is not a new belief, if you will, that white women are more docile, they're more accommodating. And I think in part that is myth. And in part, that is true. And in part, that might not be good. And it could be, depending on the relationship, right? But not at the expense of Black women, right? Not at the expense of white women, right? It really should be the right woman. And that right woman could be a Black woman. So check your expectations. Do you expect less of Black women than you do of white women, or more of Black women than you do of white women, meaning they have to jump through more hoops and hurdles than you would make a white woman? Why? This is kind of related to number one. It's unpacking that attraction, but it is about expectation. And are you then managing that expectation? Okay, this is what I'm expecting Black women to jump through these hoops and hurdles, but that's not realistic because, okay? I want you to think about those self-reflection points, which I think these are important points as I look across the platforms, and thank you all for joining, whether you are on Facebook, YouTube. Hey, Kier Coleman Ward. Hey, brother, your music is still playing. It's still our theme song. I'm so happy to uh, revenue share with you. I hope it is bringing you some revenue. Not a lot for me, but hey, I absolutely love Will Reign, and I hope that others will follow Kier Coleman Ward and excuse me, and check out his music. He is a phenomenal artist, phenomenal writer, and he was so kind to allow us, and we've continued to utilize it for our theme song, Love Will Reign. It's a beautiful song amongst a collection of beautiful music, and I hope that you will support him. Oh, I'm so sorry if I'm glitching. I'm going to see, looks like, okay, trying to just make sure. I don't know exactly what's happening with it, but okay. They tell me on TikTok I'm glitching. I apologize for the issues that you might be experiencing. Okay. So we're talking from the inbox, and I want to hear from you. Do you think, do you think it should at all matter to, because this has been, this isn't a new topic, but this is a topic that has been with great contention. Should it really matter if a man or a woman has a preference for someone of another ethnicity? Is that saying something about the ethnicity? Is it saying something about the person? Is it self-hate, self-loathing, or is it simply a preference? I lean toward there is a reason that you have a preference, and you should do the self-reflection necessary to understand why you choose, what you choose, and who you choose when you choose. Okay? And you should be true to thine own self by taking that journey so that you can understand why you're making these choices. That's up to you. You got to determine, why am I choosing people of a different race, right? People of a different ethnicity, right? Why am I choosing them? And what's the purpose? There might be some underlying reasons that have to do with past negative experiences, that have to do with some biases that exist. And it's most important in this world that you are choosing people based on who they are, their content of their character, as Dr. King would say, on their values other than anything else. Because listen, in this world, especially in this environment, there is so much cruelty. There is a war on love. The world is filled with hate, and it's at war with love. So if you choose to love someone, it should be based on who they are, who their character is. It should be based on who the essence of that individual is. Because if you're choosing because they're docile, or because they're lighter skin or thin, or perform a certain sex act or do something, you better choose based on the content of that individual's character, based on their values being centered and crossing, overlapping, intersecting your values. And if you don't, and you find yourself saying, I won't be with somebody of my own ethnicity, I won't be with somebody of my own race because of these negative experiences, I implore you to self-reflect. I implore you to look within in those 4 things, which I will repeat those 4 things just so that you have them. I don't have them in the presentation mode to show you the bullet points, and maybe I'll drop those as bullet points in the comments later. But those 4 things I want you to have, and then I'm going to move on to 3 ways he can help his family overcome the we shall overcome thought and accept what he decides. Number 1, remember, it's unpack your attraction. Okay. Are you attracted based on character, as I was talking about, based on shared values, or are you responding to subconscious biases, stereotypes, and negative experiences. Negative experiences are big because if every Black woman or every Black dude, every white woman, every white dude that you dated, it's been a nightmare, of course, there are going to be memories and maybe even trauma attached to those memories that might begin to overshadow how you see others. But you got to work at telling yourself a narrative that combats that, because you could be missing out on somebody great because you say all men over 6 feet are dogs, all bow-legged men cheat, right? Can't trust a man with green eyes, right? You tell yourself all of these narratives that are not unilaterally, universally true. And you miss out when you quarantine off a segment of people based on the actions of others that have come before them. Be careful of doing that and unpack your attraction, okay? Number 2, examine your experiences. Are you applying the same rules to the Black women that you date as you do to the white women, or the Black men you date as you do to the white men you date as you do to the Black men? And are the interactions that you're having shaped by past hurts rather than genuine compatibility or genuine incompatibility? So if 2 people aren't compatible, you're probably not getting together, right? Is it shaped by that, your experiences, that you don't delve further into experiences when you find out you're incompatible? Or do you not delve further because they are Black or because they are white and you've had a bad experience? Okay, that's number 2, examine your experiences. Number 3, and Jada, tell me if I'm still glitching. I hope I've gotten over the glitch. Number 3, interrogate your beliefs. What does it mean when you say Black women are mean or materialistic, pretentious? I'm still glitching, huh? Okay. I'm gonna try to fix it. I'm not so sure what's happening over here. Thought I was doing good. Sometimes it. Okay, I'm gonna try it again. See if we can fix that. Apologize for that. If that's your experience happening, I apologize. I really do. When you say that someone's pretentious, they are materialistic and mean, what do you mean? What does that mean? And how did you come to that belief? And have you given yourself the space of grace to reframe those beliefs so that you say, well, mean doesn't mean the same. Mean for a Black woman could be her overdone strength of confidence, her overdone strength of rigidity. She needs to be rigid in some area of her life, and that flows over into interactions. And that shouldn't necessarily make her be characterized as mean. She could be rigid until she is relaxed, until she's vulnerable, until she's safe. So you're reframing these beliefs that you have, that you hold, that Black women are, or Black men are, or white women are, or white men are, right? Interrogate your beliefs, okay? And then number 4, check your expectations, all right? Do you have different expectations for Black women? Do they have to jump through more hoops and hurdles than a white woman would have to? Men, women? Do white women, a white man rather, or Black men, do Black men have to jump through more hurdles to get a date with you, Black women, than a white man would? Does he have to earn more? You willing to take a carpenter that's a white man, but you won't take a Black man that's a journey person? Do you have expectations that are unrealistic? And if so, why? And what roles has society played? Has your parents played? Has your community played? Has your church played? Has your education played? And whether or not you have these differing expectations for people of different races. All right. Okay. Want to make sure that you're tracking with me on those 4 things. I shared that with this gentleman who, as you see from the inbox topic, once was married to a Black woman, has beautiful children from that Black woman, but he mostly meets and dates white women. And his brothers and sisters, hello, Denise Harris, good evening. His brothers and sisters are giving him the business about dating mostly white women. It's a big thing, and they're telling him we shall overcome, that he should come out of this dating of white women. He's really internalizing racism. He's really showing self-hate because he's dating white women. He says, I don't hate Black women, but he does regard them as pretentious, more materialistic, more mean. And I think sometimes that's an unfair characterization. That's why I think that reframing your beliefs, and reframing helps you get to changing, but reframing your beliefs challenges, interrogates your beliefs, challenges if what you say is true is really true. When you say someone is mean, is that really true? Is that a fair characterization? Or, as I described, is it an overdone strength of confidence, an overdone strength of rigidity? Because rigidness works in certain disciplines, works in certain areas of your life. It might not work in relationships, right? But if a person works in a field where things have to be just so away, they may have to work harder to be vulnerable, open, flexible, adaptable, agile in relationship. Doesn't necessarily mean that they're mean. They have to open up. They have to blossom. They have to feel safe. They have to have emotional and psychological safety. So when you reframe what you believe and say, no, that's not necessarily mean, it is something that will require something different than maybe what I'm used to engaging, but it's not mean. I shouldn't say Black women are mean, right? They're not sensitive. They're not soft. They're not docile. Well, those are unfair characterizations unless you interrogate your beliefs. Okay. All right. Then I shared with him, and I will share with you in just a moment, 3 ways that he can help his family, because he may ultimately choose to be with this woman, and that will be his prerogative. But he will need to, get his family on board. So maybe on board to some degree. I want to stop and get one of our sponsors in here, Powerful Money Tools LLC. Christina, the money coach, is a beloved member of our Love and Stuff community. Shout out to her. And especially, ladies, if you want to get your financial house in order, your financial future, she's helped women in our Love and Stuff community get their financial future together. I want you to hear a little bit about Powerful Money Tools
Welcome to Powerful
LLC.
Money Tools LLC. At Powerful Money Tools, we are here to prepare for your future. We want to talk about financial freedom. Financial freedom is budgeting, credit building, and also financial education. So, once again, welcome to Powerful Money Tools LLC. We can't wait to help you in your financial future.
Christina can't wait to help you in your future. And Christina, we're just so pleased to have you as a partner with us in the Love and Stuff community. She is Powerful Money Tools LLC across all platforms, or Christina Smith, and she can't wait to help you in your financial future. Thanks, Christina. We're going back to the topic, and I want to share 3 things that I shared with the gentleman in the inbox in case you are finding yourself having an affinity for one ethnicity or race over the other. I challenge you to ask yourself why, to do some self-reflection. First, I challenge you to pray, not because it's wrong, but you want to make sure you're not choosing outside of your race because of your experience with your race. It's your prerogative to do so, but you could be missing out on some amazing opportunities in relationship that are right under your nose because of the narrative that you're telling yourself. And so I shared also with him, because he's concerned that his siblings are going to give him the business, right? They are not letting him just be happily ever after with, Caucasian girlfriends, right? Um, so I wanted to give him some tips to help him kind of navigate through um, some of those relationships with his siblings. And so I have 3 ways that I'm sharing with him from many different sources that I've pulled information from. As I tell you often, I have the privilege and pleasure of knowing some amazing couples And I've known some couples who were amazing apart. So I know couples who've been married 50 plus years. And I know couples who've been separated for 50 plus years. And I know couples that have been married 1 year and some that have been divorced for 20. And I take the information from my relationships with them and I synthesize it to provide advice and counsel to others. I'm not a loveologist. I'm not a love therapist. I'm not a love guru. I'm just someone who is a synthesizer of good information. And I share that information, and it has really helped couples come together, get together, and stay together. So I want to share with you some of that information that I synthesized and ways to help this young man. I'm saying young because I'm older than him, to help his family overcome and accept his choices. You know, there are times that your family won't accept your choices. Okay. So you have to be prepared for that. But you should always do the self reflection first, prayer, I say first, the self reflection next, before you talk to your family about your choices. Because you want to make sure that you've looked at the situation as objectively as you can, that you kind of step outside of yourself and say, okay, let me do some self reflection to see if I'm unpacking my attraction. Why am I really attracted to this person? What about it? Or am I comparing this person to every bad relationship I had? Typically, if that's the case, you have already told yourself a narrative about the people in that bad relationship, and you're going to go for the opposite of that. And that isn't always the truth. It doesn't mean because you had a hard time with Black women that white women won't give you a hard time, right? You have to unpack the attraction. But here are the 3 ways that I believe can help him, help his family to overcome and accept his choices. Number 1, after you've done the self-reflection, you got to lead with love, not defense. You know how we get somebody coming at our boo, at our bae. I don't feel him. I don't think you should be with him. I don't think you should be with her. We get on the defense because it's our choice. Well, guess what? It's still going to be your choice. So instead of arguing, validate their concerns by leaning into what is uncomfortable. This invites them to share with openness. Say, you know, you got a point, but I want to lean into it more. Why do you feel that way? Can you tell me more? Can you tell me what you feel? Don't tell me what I should feel. Tell me why you feel so strongly about this choice for me. And then share your journey to this relationship with them and be open and be candid and be transparent. Let them know I'm going to respect your views, but I'm going to reserve the right to disagree and make my own choices. But I value what you think, if you do. And I want you to be heard because there might be something that I am missing. See, if you're open and vulnerable, they're more likely to tell you why they really feel the way they feel. Because it could be connected to some traumas for them. Our people as a race have experienced atrocities, all kind of traumas at the hands of oppressive folks, right? So in our DNA for many of us is this trauma around how people of other ethnicities in the majority have treated us, how we were property, how we were utilized for pleasure, right? So there is that aspect that is present in your DNA that you may be holding someone else hostage to because of what has happened in the past. And you've got to know that anyone who is opposing your relationships could be struggling with those same type of traumatic experiences. So be open and don't wear it close to your vest because at the end of the day, it's still your choice. Even if they hate your choice, a strong word, right? Even if they strongly dislike your choice, who gets to make it at the end of the day? You do. So lead with love. These are people you love. If you love your family, If you love your siblings, as this gentleman does from the inbox, lead with that love, not defense. Number 2, expose them to your relationship. Let the light of your love illuminate around them. Because if you're in a healthy, loving relationship, letting them see it for themselves might be the first step in having them change their mindset. See, the more that you hide that person, the more that I'm protecting them from my family. Well, you should protect them from any kind of emotional or verbal and certainly physical abuse, any unkindness, right? You know your family and you know that boundary, right? Whether or not they can come around. But when you're in a healthy, loving relationship, the light of that relationship will shine the grace in their eyes that they need to see through. Now, not everybody will see grace at the same through the same prism with the same visual acuity, if I'm saying that correctly, as the next person. But they are more likely to be used to the light and warmth of the light of your relationship if they're in it. Have dedicated time where you bring your family around them in a non-threatening environment, in a neutral environment, where they can really see that the relationship is budding, it's growing, you're happy. Only very unhealthy and unhappy people will not be able to stand in that light and not feel burned by it. And that's a whole nother other, right? Because if someone is unhappy, your happiness is never a negotiable term. You must never place your happiness in the hands of someone who is unhappy, because they'll never be able to negotiate your happiness. It should never be a negotiable term for them. But if you have family members who truly love you, expose them to your relationships. The light and warmth and beauty of that relationship may be the first step toward helping them change their mindset. Okay? And then number 3, keep the dialogue going. It's a mistake I think people make. I was just talking with someone earlier about, have you ever been into it with somebody? You disagreed. You agreed to disagree. You apologize for hurting their feelings. They apologize for hurting yours, and you all moved on. But you never did anything. You said it's water under the bridge, but you never did anything to carry water on top of the bridge, if you will, to mend the fence, to get over that rough space. You didn't put any water on it. You didn't put any fertilizer on it. So that offense, that bad feeling, that disagreement stays right there and festers. Sometimes it turns into resentment because nothing's been done to build the relationship forward. And one of the ways to keep relationships moving is to keep the dialogue going. Okay? Your dating choices don't erase your Blackness. They shouldn't. So keep being present with your family. Keep being present in Black spaces. Keep supporting Black issues. Keep reminding them that your love choices don't change your values. Keep showing up. Keep the dialogue going. Keep the interaction going so that you can continue to constructively move it forward and learn and lean and learn from each other. The more you invest in keeping the dialogue open, the more ground you open up for vulnerability and trust. And people that trust you might not always understand you, but they'll keep trusting you as long as you keep the dialogue open, honest, and transparent. So these 3 ways that he can help his family overcome, or that you can, when it comes to accepting your choices, is number one, to lead with love, not defense. Number two, expose them to your relationships. And then number three, keep the dialogue going. Very important to keep the dialogue going. Now, not everyone will accept your decisions, your choices. And that's okay. You can fully love someone who does not accept your choices. You must set firm boundaries for them to respect them. But here's what I would say to every Black man, Black woman, white woman, and women and men of any other color, race, creed, ethnicity, you name it. I don't believe that there should be a barrier of love that keeps you in one place. But if you're seeking to go to another place because you haven't found what you want in one place, I want to challenge you to pray. And if you're not a person of prayer, that's a whole nother conversation I'd love for you to inbox me and we can have. But I then challenge you to self-reflect, to see why you're making the choices that you're making. The why is so critically important because you could be shortchanging the very destiny of love that you've desired to experience, that you've desired to live out, that you've desired to thrive in 2025, because past hurts, past trauma attached to those hurts, negative stereotypes and biases and narratives that you've told yourself about past experiences. You deserve to understand your why and to ensure that it is not prohibiting you from the love that you have envisioned and imagined. You may be going for another love because you don't see the love within your own community, within your own diaspora as possible because of the narratives and the traumas attached to those narratives that you've experienced. And ladies, listen, trauma is not exclusive to women. There are men who have been in marriages. I've spoken to many of them. Some of them are in the Love and Stuff community, who've been in marriages where the women broke them to pieces, where the women broke them down, where they thought they would never love again, never recover, never be with another Black woman, or never be with another woman at all. And I'm here to tell you that the healing power of love, the quintessential love, returned them to a place where they could have emotional and psychological safety to open up again and love and be loved again. And if it can be for them, the same can be for you. That you don't have to give up on love because you met the horror love of your life. It read and played like a horror story. It was a nightmare on your street. Don't give up on your love because of that. And don't forever rehearse that narrative that tells you that everyone is going to be like that love. It doesn't have to be that way. You can make a decision to repair the breach inside, to gain the healing necessary so that you can love and be loved again right where you are. I'm so grateful for you being here. It's 9:30, and I just want to share with you briefly. Of course, we have talked over time about this book, The Gratefulness Journey, every day. What are you doing in the next 30 days to transform your life? It is available. And Shahs of Sunset star MJ, her husband, it uses gratefulness as a practice to help him with his temper, which is one of the perfect usages of gratefulness as a practice. I wrote about it and write in my book about how it has helped me through grief space and how it can help you as well. So here's MJ telling you a little bit about the book, and I hope that you'll make an opportunity to look into it for yourself.
Marcus, I want to congratulate you on Love and Stuff. I really want you to know that staying grateful and understanding the power of what it is to be operating out of a space of abundance and gratitude is the most important part of every journey of every day. So Marcus June, congratulations on this book. It's on Amazon now. That makes me so proud of you and your family and me and my family, and every single person around us gets it. So good on you for bringing it into the hands and the laps and the Kindles of all the people. Okay, so we're going to check it out. Can't wait to learn more.
And I'm so grateful for MJ from Shahs of Sunset. Thank you so much. And the Gratefulness Journey is available to you now on Amazon currently. It's available in ebook and in paperback. There's the link if you're interested in the book. You can scan the QR code. It'll take you to the Amazon website. And we also, as I mentioned earlier, have Love and Stuff gear that is available. My Love is Front and Center, which is one of our brand topics around making yourself more open and vulnerable to love. You know, there are love opportunities in the store. You're passing by love in the store. And people say, no, I don't see anybody I want to love in the store. So, well, you're missing the point then, because love is in the store. Love is at the cashier. And even if the cashier is the same sex as you, the cashier might have a sister or brother, depending on their sex, that they would introduce you to if they saw that your love was front and center. See, the people that you're meeting aren't always the love connection. They're the connection to love. And if you are not being front and center with your love when you meet people, then you are literally repelling the people that could connect you to love. Love's everywhere around. And so this brand topic is around helping people come out of their shell and having their love front and center. This product, again, comes in the sweatshirt and the t-shirt. It comes in every color and just about every size, and the QR code is available. I want to show you this hoodie. You know, the guys that love sports in our sports community, in our Love and Stuff community, rather, Kamal Williams and Felix Holmes, they have a sports talk show every Saturday, Sports Talk with Kamal and Felix. These fellas love all things sports. And so this is their signature hoodie. It's available in sweatshirt as well. And you can get it as the season is closing out. Keep you warm as you're going into those spring months, and you will enjoy it. It is durable and just comfy to wear. Also, I want to tell you about our second and newest book. It's based on the life, loosely based on the life of one of our Love and Stuff community members, Sonia Sharice. It's called All Shades of Girl, Color Me Beautiful. When Sonia Sharice, who is beautiful, was a adolescent, she was bullied and picked on because of her skin color. Well, I want every little girl and the women who have little girls unhealed inside of them to know that every little girl has been colored beautifully. And this book is not on Amazon. It is through another publisher, but it is available now. You can scan it. It'll take you to the Shopify store and it will be delivered to your home. This is the paperback. It is for young girls to read and their mothers, sisters, grandtees, big mamas to read along with them. And it also has a coloring book activity inside the book, as well as affirmations for them to lock into to help to build their self-identity. We, of course, have accessories to go with that. We have the Color Me Beautiful t-shirt, the long sleeve power workout shirt. All of these come in multiple colors and sizes. We have the Color Me Beautiful sweatshirt. As we're going into the spring season, you want to still stay warm. You can get that in multiple colors and sizes. And we also have the young girls, did it come up? Yeah, the young girls competitor tee, which is a long sleeve tee for the younger girls. Comes in white and all the other colors and sizes, and it is available now. We hope that you will look into any and all of these products. And of course, our Love and Stuff Gratefulness Journey Everyday Signature t-shirt that also comes in the sweatshirt. As you see, many colors, many different sizes, as well as our signature Love and Stuff original flagship t-shirt that our brand ambassador, actor Richard Dickey Mason, couldn't get it out tonight, Dickey, I'm sorry, comes in multiple colors and sizes and is available on the website as well. I'm so grateful that you joined tonight. And if the show resonated with you and these topics are topics that make sense for you, I hope that you will drop in the comments some commentary, keep the conversation going, and then click the notification button at the top. Let us know that you're loving the show and that you want more topics. Next week, we'll be closing out the month with a little Black History celebration. We are 365 Black, and we want to make sure that we're highlighting, especially in this world where so much is being taken away. So many organizations are taking Black History Month off their calendar. We want to make sure as an organization that you are clear that we celebrate, laud, and applaud the achievements, the accomplishments, the lives of Black people. And so I hope that you will click share, whether you're on TikTok, on YouTube, on Instagram, on Facebook, on Twitch, that you will click share and tag your friends, connections, subscribers, and followers to join in the conversation, that we should all self-reflect and make sure that the love we seek is based on the content of the person's character and their values, and not excluding them because of our negative experiences in the past. I'm Marcus Holmes. This has been a great. I look forward to seeing you next week. Join the brothers that love sports on Saturdays with Sports Talk with Kamau and Felix. You don't want to miss them, and have a grateful evening.
girl.